Let's see if this will work. I am outside because the hollyhocks are so stunning. Look at that. Isn't that so beautiful? Okay, go lay down. Go on. No more. Yeah. Everybody wants to be outside. Way better than being in the house, hey? Hey? I'm gonna get... Oh, so today I want to talk about fear as a mirror. I don't know if this is going to work because it keeps pausing. We'll try. We'll try anyway. I feel like this is so in tune with what we're going to be talking about in the upcoming boot camp that we're going to be doing together, all around intuition and so many other things. I can't wait to share it with you. That's a little sneak peek. But what I want to talk about today is fear as a mirror, because fear is such a... Fear is... The mirror of fear is that it's reflecting all the places that we need to grow, or we're being called to grow. And so sometimes when we start something new, or we have opportunity come up, or instantly find ourselves feeling like we're in fear, it's because it's something new. It requires growth. It wants us to extend further ourselves. I hope you guys can hear me. We'll see. Sometimes for me, it's an invitation to expand. That's how I see it. I see it as like a mirror or a doorway of expansion. And so when I feel fear for something, I need to really start questioning where that fear is coming from and why I'm feeling it, because most often it's something within me that growth is required, and that is what's needing to happen. We need to step into something more. We need to step into our light, and it's easier to stay in one spot. It's easier to stay put. It's easier to just stay safe. And usually that fear is because we're right on the edge of some major radical change, something. Usually when it's an intense fear, it's because we're on the edge of our potential. We're so close to something. And the opportunity to respond with either a yes or a no can change the whole trajectory of your life. So there's a lot more to me than just, oh, I'm just fearful. I just feel scared to do something. I'll just ignore it and put it to the side. And where fear thrives is when we're not in alignment with our truth, and we're not speaking our truth, and we're not acting in line with who we truly are. Fear can just run rampant. And sometimes most of the time when we're acting in our truth and in alignment and flowing, fear is kind of quiet, and it's off to the side, and it's silent, and we're doing the things, and we're taking the leap, and we're making the jump. Okay, no more, Rick. She keeps wanting me to throw the ball. No more. And I think the most important part is that we always want to try and control fear. We love to control things, and we want to... Have you ever spent all night laying and stewing on things, and you're thinking of how I'm going to react tomorrow? What am I going to say? You come up with your own plan. You've got this big idea of all these things you're going to do and change, and how you're going to make everything better. Hello, Frankie. And when we stop trying to control the outcome, and we start to surrender to this, all of a sudden, fear becomes irrelevant. We're in our flow. We're totally aligned. We're doing the thing. And when we sit there and stew on things that aren't really us, and we're trying to make things happen, we're controlling all the outcomes. Okay, you guys. We have to get realigned back to our truth. When we are, that's when I was saying that the truth is silent, the truth, and maybe not silent, but quieter. Not so obvious, not so huge, not so big. So I want you to think about the role that fear plays in your life and how big it is and how often you're feeling fear. And are you recognizing it as that? And all of those times that you're noticing that you're deep in it, are you feeling like you're where you're misaligned with your truth, where you're not being true to yourself? I did this workshop once on your true personality. It was all about, based off a book called The 4 Color Personalities by Dr. Carol Rittberger. And it's such an awesome book, and it's such a cool concept, and so realistic. And it talks about how when you're not aligned with your truth and who you are deep inside, what your personality needs, what you need to thrive, what you yourself needs to feel safe and secure and be able to learn how to trust yourself, all these things, even to the point of what colors and what surroundings you need to be around, and how we get so off track and it causes illnesses and sicknesses and oh, you guys are so funny. It's just such a good, amazing, it was a great workshop where we could really dig in. And all of those things, when you're misaligned, play a role in all of this disconnection and trust in ourselves and how much fear we have. And so today, if I can get anything across, it's just that I start noticing the fear, start noticing this mirror of fear. Because the way to notice that is tightness and restrictiveness and feeling clenching up. All of those are the kinds of things that fear makes you feel. So you guys are so crazy. You can feel fear in your gut. You can feel fear in your soul. Next time, maybe I won't sit right on the grass because you guys are so funny. But when you feel the fear creeping in, yeah, now I have ants crawling all over me. You can ask yourself, am I acting from the truth? Feeling this fear? Where's this coming from? Where's the misalignment? So I think that when you feel that fear still lingering in the background, you haven't made a decision. It's because you've either said something, you've done something, you're scared to do something, you're in survival mode, and we're disconnected. We've talked about this before. The plug isn't in the wall. We've got the disconnection going on. And when we feel like that, it's like just a weight on us. And going back to that book and that workshop, it was so detailed. There was like this quiz that we did, and you could determine your color personality with this quiz, and you could add up all these points and figure out in more detail. And I mean, there's all sorts of different kind of personality tests, but I think knowing your personality deep to the core, no more, is really important, because when you know who you are at the core and you know what you need, you know how to be, so you're so much more rooted and grounded in the decisions that you make. And the most important part of all of this is making decisions based on your choice of responding, not out of fear. Because like I said in the beginning, fear loves to hold us back and keep us from doing things. And this might be the next beautiful step you need to take. And so this is where the intuition comes in. This is where tuning in and being able to hear that small, quiet voice within you, inside of you, matters. You need to be able to be tuned into your intuition to be able to tap into knowing what you truly need and what feels right for you and what all of those things, what you need, how you need to respond, and maybe stop reacting and focus on taking time to just respond instead of just not thinking first and just answering people and reacting in different ways, that because there's so much opportunity out there we can miss this way by just jumping and not giving our intuition time to be able to be like, ask the question to ourselves. And everybody wants that rush answer from you, so it's the way that it is a lot of the times, and they want to give me an answer quick, come on, do this. But I think it's important to ask yourself a whole bunch of reflective questions when you get to that point, because that's what's going to help get you retuned in and realigned to yourself and your truth. And you know when you're not speaking your truth. You know when you're not saying things. You know when you're wearing masks. You know when you're maybe not in that moment, but if you step back from that moment and you see, oh, look how I reacted. That was so not me. I mean, how many times have we said that in our life? Like, oh, I can't believe I did that. It was so not me. Because we didn't take the time to tap into our intuition and ask ourselves, what would life look like if I didn't let fear drive me? What would this next chapter of my life be like if I made some big leaps? What if I slowed down to respond to people and tuned into my intuition? Things like that, right? This is your truth. This is where you claim your power back. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. And I hope that if you're not taking part of the boot camp, that you get in there and eat up all the juiciness that's in there and enjoy. This is really important piece. This is kind of like the introductory piece, the fear part, because opportunities that scare you can be the most powerful thing that you do next in your life. It can be your intuition directing you, but sometimes we don't follow it because we don't trust ourselves enough. And so over the next 5 days of these, we're going to learn how to trust ourselves more. We're going to learn how to tap into that more and get reconnected so that we can hear those whispers and be able to tune into ourselves and feel good about how we respond and answer to people and make good choices going forward and not miss out on any amazing opportunities that are coming our way because we're scared. So I will let you go. I will see you next time, and keep dreaming, creating, and repeating.